Before I get started, let me just apologize for sound quality. My microphone is rubbish. I'm new making videos. I haven't got a good mic yet. Sue me. Actually, no, don't. Don't sue me. That would be bad. So today we are drawing some chainmail or maille, if you're pedantic, armor. This is the most prominent type of armor in the early medieval period. So when I started drawing a Viking Age comic, I groaned. Why did I do this to myself? Why do I now have to draw a bunch of characters in chainmail? This is going to be a pain in the dick, and it is. Chainmail is really hard to draw and make it look good. You can draw it and make it look rubbish, sure. The trick is making it look good. So all these little dots that I'm doing are basically the shadow in the center of each ring. And the rings tend to form, they are made in these very, very uniform horizontal lines. Maille is made of horizontal lines in a T shape with a couple of holes in it. So I'm making these brush strokes in very uniform lines in nice, graceful curves around the form of the character's body. And what I'm doing in the middle here is not just accentuating the character's pecs, although he does have lovely manly pecs. Maille tends to droop outwards from the center line. There's like this median line where it peaks up towards the center of the neck and it droops down and out towards the armpits. It's just a thing that it does. And these sections here, I really like drawing this section here where it's close to the shadows. I get to be a lot messier. I don't have to worry about being so precise. The blotches get to blend into one another and be a little messy. It makes the shadow look really good, a bit more convincing. The thing you want to do here is not worry about you doing every single ring. If you try to draw every single ring, every single row, it's going to look rubbish. So you want to just create these sections, these little areas of texture that allude to all of the rings of iron that this armor is made up of. Especially if Rings of Iron sounds like a bad Manowar album. Man, I wouldn't even listen to that. The funny thing about maille, it's a really funny armor. You always look fat when you have maille on. It bulges around the belly, and you just look like you have this big pudgy gut on. No matter what you do, you can get the stuff expertly fitted, have a custom-made shirt, it always bulges around the gut. You look like a fat dude. It's because you want to belt it in nice and tight on top of your hips. Give yourself a little bit of give so you can stretch your arms up and have all the weight nicely distributed onto your legs, because that's where all your strength is. So the armor just invariably makes you look fat. I haven't worn mine in a long time. It's sitting in a bag in the corner. So as I said, we're just creating nice little areas of texture that allude to this shape. Of course, you want to leave big gaps for your color to then show all the reflections of light off it. It sparkles in the sunlight. All the little rivets, because the rings are riveted together. Not all of them. You get some maille that's called a 2-to-1 pattern, where it's sorry, not a 2-to-1. It's half and half. It's for every row of riveted rings, there's a row of solid rings that are basically just washers. So all those little rivets, they glitter in the sunlight. You look like you're wearing a big sequined glitter suit like you're Elton John. This is a really nice spot here. These hip creases create beautiful little curves that are very satisfying as an artist to do the variation in different waving curves as it goes across his legs and through the hip crease. As much as it is a pain in the ass, this is actually fun to do. I say fun in a masochistic way, really. I really enjoy drawing this character. This character's a good guy. Well, he's not a good guy. It's actually quite terrible. I really wouldn't be friends with him. Spoilers, I'm giving a lot away. But he's fun to draw. This character will be a Jarl. A Jarl is an earl, a lord. And so that's why he's the guy in the fancy helmet and the mail. Not every warrior in this period of history would wear mail, which is great for me as an artist. I don't have to draw everyone wearing this stuff, just the important people, the very, very rich people. This is a point where some of the systems that I've set up for drawing comes into play. I draw on two separate layers. I've got an edit layer and an inks layer. So when I have textures that overlap, I just draw straight over the top of them, let them overlap, and then erase the bits around the objects that they're not supposed to be on top of. Very handy. I mean, it's not perfect. I usually make mistakes, but super handy. So that's it, guys. That is how I learned to draw chainmail. Looks pretty good.